Alright, welcome back to another game of Climbing the Rank Ladder. I was recently asked, about what I would recommend as a team that you could make out of a combination of Legends Arceus and Scarlet. And this is one possible iteration. You can get Dialga from Arceus. You, of course, get Koraidon in Scarlet. You can find what you need for Volcarona, for Farigiraf, Grimmsnarl. All of those you can find in Scarlet, and Ursaluna you can get in Legends Arceus. So, we're going to take this team out, give it a shot, and see what it can do against... That looks an awful lot like the Michael Kelsch team that recently took the Utrecht special event. That thing has been all over the place on Showdown as well, which is a very, very interesting time. So yeah, here we go. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to lead with those two. I think that... I think there is a place for the bug. But also the bear. So I think... Okay. So we're going to lead in this case with Farigiraf and Koraidon, because I do think that it's a very strong lead. It puts a lot of immediate pressure out on the field, depending on what the opponent decides to do. And then we're going to follow up with Dialga and the bear for kind of a trick room mode. And we'll just see how this goes. So, I have found in experimenting with the Farigiraf and Koraidon combination, oftentimes if your opponent does not bring the correct tools to deal with the Koraidon, it can sometimes just run away with the game. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they're going with the stall heavy core right off the bat, which is cool. I appreciate that. That is a Water Terra on the Calyrex Ice Rider. And I think the solution here is we're gonna Helping Hand, and we are going to Terrafire, but we're going to chuck a close combat at the Calyrex, in case they go for the Terra Water, which I rather expect them to do in front of a Koraidon. So the close combat should hit for neutral damage one way or the other, combined with the Helping Hand. That'll basically neutralize the effects of the Reflect that the Grimmsnarl's about to put up. And the question then becomes whether or not they're going to go for a Glacial Lance, or if... I mean, I guess they could go for a Leech Seed as well. I don't really anticipate them going for a Leech Seed, but you never know. Or they could possibly also go for a Trick Room in this moment. So let's see here. Here's the Helping Hand. Clappity clap. Yep, there's the Reflect. And here's a close combat. Bop. Very respectable damage. Not going to complain about that at all. And let's see what they decide to do. They go... Well, effects of the Life Orb and a Leech Seed, which they miss, which is absolutely terrible for them. Like, quite genuinely, missing a Leech Seed at this stage in the game will be really, really bad. So, with that in mind, I think we point a foul play at that guy, and we're actually just going to chuck the Koraidon, because I'm expecting the Calyrex to go for a Protect or something similar, so the foul play is to help cover for that. The Flare Blitz is to hopefully remove the Grimmsnarl or whatever switches in the Grimmsnarl's place. No, it could be Incineroar. Nope, it's Miraidon. Okay, this will do very respectable damage to the Miraidon, even with the resistance, and even with the Light Screen, or the Reflect. So, hey, there's the Protect. Okay. So that's actually really, really good for us, because that helps to put the rest of the game into... Oh, we got a crit. That's the only way that did that. Got a crit, and the Miraidon is now gone. That right there is the power of Koraidon. Like, as much as it sounds a little bit... I don't know what I'd say. Cliche to say, oh, well, the power of X, Y, or Z Pokemon. Yeah, but... Like, in this circumstance, it got the crit. Resistance? Nope. Don't care. It just literally went straight through the Reflect, straight through... Yeah, it was just absolutely brutal. Okay, so... this does present a little bit of an interesting situation. I think the solution is we go Helping Hand into the Koraidon and we chuck another close combat into the Calyrex, because if we can get the Calyrex off the field, I'm very confident that the bear can clean up in the back. The Calyrex is still, I mean, we did maybe 70% with that first close combat. Yep, we're up -1 on our attack, but we're going to throw another Helping Hand in there, put out all the damage. I'm kind of anticipating that Koraidon's going to go bye-bye. That is all right. Particularly if he manages to take the Calyrex with him. Yep, there are the clappity claps. Bop, and... oh, he hangs on! Barely! Barely hanging in there. Knockoff. Boop, there goes our Koraidon. And let us see, what is the opponent going to do in this circumstance? We're going to go for the Leech Seed. Oh no, they are 0 for 2. Oh, I feel bad. Not too bad, but I do feel slightly bad. Oof, that's rough, being 0 for 2 in that circumstance. Okay, Dialga, come on in. Good to have you on the show. So, Dialga's got a very interesting, and I do mean interesting, set of moves at his disposal here. We're actually going to go for the foul play from the Koronospa. And yeah, we're just going to take a moment and protect the Dialga. Like right now, Dialga's actually... oh, and they surrender. So the interesting thing about that position was that Dialga was actually the fastest Pokemon on the field, despite it being able to set up a Trick Room. So there really was no reason to do anything too crazy in terms of attempting to make aggressive plays or things like that. The big thing was to either wait for them to switch out the Calyrex and then start doing some more damage, to see if they go for a Trick Room, which honestly is probably going to benefit us, or just to continue whittling down at their team until we get into a position where they're not able to cycle Intimidate anymore, and the bear can come in, get the Flame Orb, get the burn, and then sweep from there. So yeah, anyway, that worked out quite well. That is the first iteration of that particular team. There's a number of other potentially viable teams that you can totally make out of the combination of those two games. But yeah, thought it would be interesting to show one off and just demonstrate some of the ways that I think that it could be played. Anyway, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you have a fantastic day and look forward to seeing you in the next one.